Hi there, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of The Intuitive Angel on Facebook Live. I'm Dave Enway. This is Amy Biank.
And I want to say something. I just want to thank Dave because behind the scenes, there's a whole lot of work that goes on. And Dave has been working for the last 3 hours trying to gather together all the questions and things. And people don't give him enough credit. He's just the voice in the background. So thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it so very much.
You're welcome. So we're going to be finishing up on our children's readings today, and that's going to be very exciting for me.
It's going to be a short show. We don't have a lot left.
So that's good.
So if you're watching this right now and you want to send it, if you're seeing it live and you want to send in your
stand a real
info,
good chance to get your children
you can get in on it.
And then next week,
cats again.
I want to let you know ahead of time that we're going to be doing dog wisdom. So it's backwards. So dog wisdom. So it's
at some point during the show, you're going to hear a very obnoxious bark.
Oh, that's our new dog.
We have a new little dog, a little puppy.
And our new puppy is named Khaleesi, Mother of Dragons, and that is what she is.
Kelly for short.
Kelly for short, and she's like a Scotty or Yorkie poodle mix. And we rescued her from Aurora Animal Control. So I want to tell you that Aurora Animal Control is absolutely a wonderful place. I visited many, many, many centers, and Khaleesi didn't really stand a chance, so we took her because we give people chances. And so far, she's 24 hours, and she is doing very well. We can't quite get her to eat except out of our hand, so any kind of information you might have would be really appreciated. And we just ordered a book on how to train your puppy. So I thought it was really good that we did puppy readings next week and see what your dog does not have to be here. It can be on the other side. So I'm looking forward to hearing from my doggie, Bobby, who passed, because they actually, as a psychic, I can tell you, the black cat in the background, that's very fitting. She wants to do readings. I've been teaching her how to push the cards with her paws, so she wants to be on the show. And the dog is now barking at the cat, so we're crazy here. So let me see, I'll show you Khaleesi. This is Khaleesi. She couldn't be groomed or anything.
Yeah, she's a mess right now.
She has kennel cough. So we had to bring her home and give her antibiotics. And so you're going to see the progress as she comes together. And maybe you would know, like, look, Khaleesi. And see, Khaleesi has curly hair on her back. Maybe you'd know what breed she is. At the animal center, they were just guessing, but she doesn't shed. So they were thinking it has to be a poodle Bichon or a poodle mix, and she has her hair all matted down, and I mean, she's been on the streets. They found her on the streets.
But she has a head shape and a face like a Yorkie.
Yes, she does. See, look,
so
like
we're not sure.
Or maybe like a Scotty, I don't know. She's about 15 pounds, something like that. And they say she's a baby because she hasn't had a litter yet. So we're going to take care of that, just so all of you know. But we have to wait until she gets done with the kennel cough. So she's going to be on the show tonight. Otherwise, she won't stop barking. And besides, she's jealous of the cats. So
and
now,
she's driving Dave crazy.
And she's driving Dave crazy. But we've got what is the best book to read on how to train your dog? Or do I just take her to some kind of obedience when she's feeling better? We have to do something because she loves me. I don't know, but she's a little defensive when anybody moves, so she barks at them, and then if you stoop down and let her sniff your hand, she's groovy, but anytime anybody moves or rings the doorbell or anything, she goes into hyper alert. So she is a great watchdog, aren't you, Khaleesi? Okay, you're a great watchdog. All right, so we're who knew this is a commercial for animal rescue? What can I say?
And I tell you what, stay tuned, everybody, because in a few minutes we've got a very exciting show coming up next week. That we'll let you know about. So first, why don't we do some Cherub Angel readings?
Okay, good.
Oh, and real quick, all you mediumship students, you got to play hooky Friday.
There's
no class.
Because
no class.
we take a personal day the last Friday of every month, and that's this Friday, and so we're going to be with friends and doing normal people things. Have
you planned on the next?
Yeah, there's a whole list, which I absolutely don't know where it is.
Oh, that was
there
really, it was so smart and handy of you to print that up. I just remembered it too, and I didn't bring a copy, so we'll have it for you later.
We'll get it later for you.
All right, but let's do some readings here.
Okay.
And again, we don't have a lot tonight, so it's going to be a short show.
Okay, that'll be okay.
You can go into
I can go into more depth, which is good.
Depth.
You see Dave's in the back going like this, like,
for the people who were patient.
Okay.
Okay, Judy. has got her kids. Let's start out with Jelena.
Okay.
April 1st, no joke. April 1st, 2005.
My mother, I was born April 2nd, just so that you know. My mother was like hysterical that I would be born on April 1st, but I think it's cool to be born on the 1st. And I learned a long time ago, when you celebrate the 1st of any month, and one of the ways we celebrate is by saying, I don't know why, I don't know the etymology of it, but rabbits, 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 rabbits. If you wake up that day and say that, then you have good luck for the rest of the month. So
Huh?
this yeah, isn't that crazy?
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, if you've heard it, just make a little sign.
All right, they're out in Cranford, New Jersey, by the way.
And what's her first name?
That's Jelena.
Okay, so Jelena has the ability to make wishes. This is both good and bad. Hi there, everybody. Hi. The reason this is good is she can wish for the dog to be quiet. She can wish to have more treats and things like that, and you'll be motivated to do it. What's bad is when she realizes that she has this kind of control. It can give her a little bit too much power, so she can become like a crazy little girl. So you have to be careful and have her wish for good things, and it's not too early to say, oh, this little girl needs help to heal because she's not feeling good. Can you wish for her healing and teach her how to use her power as well? Next is she does have courage and strength. So that's just so exciting. So that means that she will indeed learn to be much more discerning about how she uses her wishes. And so that's really good to have a strong one. And then she has, and probably if she's talking, she already has that ability to speak up and tell the truth, which is, I think this is a very good talent in this day and age when everybody's talking about fake news and things like that. She's going to see very clearly. So you have a very special little one with you. Take care.
All righty, Judy's other child, Braden. June 22nd, 2012.
Okay.
Also in Cranford, New Jersey.
Okay, Braden is a dreamer, and sometimes he gets disappointed. So he needs to really focus the fact that he can have his dreams come true. That's very important for him. And so you need to help him do that. Never make false promises to Braden because he'll get depressed. Like I remember once telling my son, I get him a pony if he hit a home run, which was really bad of me. But because, of course, there was no pony coming. So don't ever do anything like that to Braden because he'll get crushed up. My son just knew he didn't believe me. Okay, so Braden needs to believe in himself. He has some very special talents, but he has a little trouble. So he might be having a little bit of trouble in school where he doesn't believe that he can do it. So he needs to believe in himself. And then one of the things you can tell Braden often is you are a wonderful person, because Braden is an absolutely wonderful person. And for some reason, I just got this very clear picture of him walking out of an operating room and telling two parents that he'd saved their child. It was really powerful, so I want you to know that's unusual in this show because I have to hurry up and just read cards. So Braden has a real future of helping other people, but you have to help him over the self-esteem hump. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go. Thanks, Judy and Jelena and Braden. Next up we have, this is Sonia and her kids. Now, they're not saying if they're their kids or grandkids, so I don't know.
It's okay.
But
It's the children around them.
The offspring.
Yes.
Okay. I love these names. We have Vitor Antonio.
Okay, I love that.
All right, yes. August 22nd, 2008.
Okay, Vitar is...
We don't have a location, but I'm guessing, with the way the date is this is Brazilian.
Okay. Artist. He is a born artist. You want to make sure, Sonia, that your baby gets as many artistic tools. You can look up Akianya Cosmeric online. Akianya is a girl who is blessed by the angels to be able to do art from the spirits. And she's...
How old is she now, do you think?
16, 17
17,
now.
yeah.
But she's been painting since she was 4. Your child actually has that. If you're down in Brazil, you could go see Madrado. Madrado is an absolutely wonderful medium who paints with the help of the spirits, but your child has that talent to be able to do that. Your child is also, again, one of the things about mediums is they tend to take on the energy of all the people around them. So this card says, don't let others make you feel bad, and that includes spirits. So He needs to know who he is and to not take on the energy of other people, so that he can concentrate on his art. And then lastly, it's love and value yourself. So telling him every day how much he's loved so that he can actually believe you is very important for this little one. I think he's going to make a difference in the world with his art. Okay, take care.
All righty. That's Vidor, Antonio. Next we have from Sonia, Anna Cecilia.
Okay.
And that's today is her birthday.
Anna, how nice.
July 26, 2014.
Okay,
She's
well,
3 years old today. Happy
Anna
birthday,
gets
Anna.
the card. I love one of the best. She's a natural empath. She can actually relate to and talk to animals. So if she doesn't have animals in her life, take her someplace where she can interact with animals. I think you'll be utterly amazed. She's probably very interested in horses, so that it's fine if she's with horses, even though they're really big. They'll treat her with respect because she has that kind of energy around her. So she has that empathy. She has to realize that we're all different. Every person is different, because sometimes she might ask you, Mommy, why is that person feeling bad, or what's happening? And you want to explain that everybody is on their own. Whoops. Okay. That was the kitty cat, and that was really exciting. Okay.
All righty. Yay.
All right.
I can't wait to see that. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Okay. So, Anna, it's...
Okay. She's okay.
This show is real. It's not like we record ahead of time. She needs to realize that we're all different, but then again, we're all one under God, and she will catch on to that. But at first, she's going to be a little offended that people are different. And then lastly, she wants to, it's important for her to have as much fresh, clean water as possible. She's sensitive to contaminants, and so you don't want to start her off having all kinds of allergies or anything like that. So fresh, clean water, the best you can obtain for her, would be really good for her. Okay, take care. You have two really
And
great
happy
children.
birthday, Anna.
Happy birthday, Anna.
Excuse me. And thank you, Sonia. And Vitor as well. Vitor. Vitor?
Vitor.
Vitor. Okay.
I think.
I think. Okay. Geez. We have just so few.
Okay, well, just keep going.
Oh, that's so weird. All right. Next up, we have. Danielle is coming in with Peyton.
Okay.
April 18th, 2001, from Hinsdale, Illinois.
Okay, so Peyton, and that's very interesting because Peyton would be of that age where it's time for her to make some new friends, to find friends that are more in tune with her. I can't tell you how special that would be for her because right now she's feeling a little lost. So you can help her to make new friends by introducing her to new things like an art class or something like that where she can gather together with new people and make the kind of friends that are going to help her in the future. And then the next card for her says that she also needs, so it's a little bit of push me, pull me. Although she needs the activities and to make new friends, she's someone who's okay with quiet time. So she locks herself in her room with a book, or she plays on her computer or whatever. Quiet time is important for her, but she has to learn, especially with electronics, that it doesn't really count as quiet time, because electronics can stimulate your brain and not allow yourself to relax. It's a little bit better for her in quiet time to draw or to read or to do some kind of a craft. Maybe between an hour, well, hour's hard for a teenager, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And that'll really help her. Okay, and then lastly, when she needs help, she has to ask for help. And how do you do that is not lecture. If she's walking by and you can say to her, wow, you're looking a little sad today, what's up? And she'll say, oh, so-and-so didn't talk to me. And then you can say, oh, wow, that must make you, how does that make you feel? And she goes, well, you saw it made me feel sad. And then you say, what's your plan? Because you're not going to be there all the time to jump up and rescue her. So when you ask a child what's their plan, you give them permission to make a plan, and then you say, I can help you with your plan. What would you like me to do? And then when they grow up, they're able to be self-sufficient. You see how that works? And so she'll probably catch on right away because she's very smart, but just say, hey, I'm learning new techniques to be a mom. And then she'll just like, okay, she'll fall right into it. No worries. All right, take care.
All right, Amy. Now I know you're the psychic and everything. Are you sure that's a girl?
Well, if she's not, then it's okay.
One of the best football players in the world is named Peyton Manning.
Well, to tell you the truth, if it is a boy, I look at energy, and there's different kinds of energies. There's softer energy and more aggressive energy. So this person, male or female, has a very soft kind of withdrawn type of an energy. So that's why I guessed a girl, but I could be wrong.
Well, I was just curious.
That's how. That's a very interesting thing because as a psychic, especially somebody who deals with the unknown, right? Because all of you out there, I don't really know all of you. So you go with what the energy is telling you, and so there's many women who I wouldn't want to find in a dark alley because they beat the hell out of me, and there's many men who are very sweet and very soft. So it just depends.
Like me, I'm very
like
sweet
you.
and quite soft.
Except when a dog barks.
Yes, I guess then I get hard.
And you get like crazy.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Daniel's got another offspring here, and
Okay.
this is definitely a girl, Piper.
Piper.
Let's see, March 4th, 2013, in Naperville, Illinois.
Isn't Piper your favorite character in the world? That show.
Actually, no, I don't like that. I don't like her character at all.
That's the first time I ever heard that the name is on Orange is the New Black. I love that name.
You ever
It's
heard
so
Piper Laurie?
good. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's not the most common name, but it's a nice name, and it's a girl's name.
Okay. So Piper actually sees. Piper is a psychic, or now we would say, instead of just saying psychic, it's more of a mystic, a joy bringer, someone who's going to be able to ascertain what's going to bring people joy and then do it and then bring them this joy. So she is very, very intuitive, and she feels energy, and she is, she can talk to animals. She probably talks about invisible friends. She has a real talent. Now, she also brings to your house, and so you might want to go around with your cell phone and snap pictures. She says that you can see orbs all around your house because angel lights come in. So everybody always thinks of the big angels, but there's a lot of smaller angels that are all around us all the time that the big angels send. So Piper has huge amounts of them around her. So you could probably see snaps of the orbs around her because they're for real. And then last, she is a person who will come, prayers will come into her mind. Now, it doesn't make a difference. Prayers are non-denominational. So prayers are like this. All of the spirits and kind and gentle energies in the universe surround Piper with your love and help her to become the best that she can be. That's a prayer, okay? And so they pour out of you because they're part of your cellular memory. And when somebody like Piper is born, a door opens, and those prayers that are inside of each and every one of us, she's one of the people who can tap into it. Sometimes it comes out as poetry. Sometimes it just comes out as things you just look at yourself and go like, what did she say? But it might be, because she has this special talent, it might be good to actually write it down. Okay, take care. All right.
All right.
So we're getting messages.
Well, I hope so.
Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Amy Lynn.
Yes, Vanessa, send your info for the readings you need. I don't see you here, so.
Okay. We have so many different outlets, and sometimes we miss one or two, Vanessa. So just type it in real quick, and we'll do your kids.
Okay, so help us out. We're running out of subject matter for our radio show. Anyway, Melissa's next with her kids. We have Jocelyn.
Okay.
Just had a birthday, July 19th, 1994, from Plainfield, Illinois.
Okay. Jocelyn, Jocelyn imagines herself sad. She's emotional, and so what she needs to do is imagine herself happy. The world is as we imagine it, And so you can take the most wonderful situation and imagine it not so wonderful. So that's what happens with her. So if you just say, what would it be like if you were actually happy? And she'll be taken aback. And then what would make you happy? So what would bring you joy? When she learns to do that, then she can become a joy bringer for others. Next is everything will be okay. It's an important thing to tell her. If she's in school, my sense is that there's some pressure on her. So she needs to know that you take it one day at a time and everything will be good, and that she needs to be able to sleep and rest. And so a little bit of anxiety there might take away her ability to sleep. I always recommend this app. It's called Om, O-M-V-A-N-A, Omvana. It's a free app. You can just download it from the App Store. And there's a 6-phase meditation on it. It would be very good for her to just do the meditation, and also tell her that there's no need to do it perfectly. She just needs to listen to it, and for about a week. And what'll happen is a side effect. They don't say this is what it's going to do, but as a side effect, she'll finally be able to sleep. Okay, take care.
There you go. Okay, we have another one from Melissa. Michael.
Okay.
He was born October 1st, 2001, also in Plainfield, Illinois.
Okay. Michael would rather be outdoors. I have a really strong feeling that he's very much affected by artificial lighting. So fluorescent lights, and the big banks of fluorescent lights in stores and things like that, it's not good for him. It causes him anxiety. So outside, he actually feels comfortable. Where were they from?
Plainfield.
Okay,
Illinois.
well, here it's already, the days are getting shorter. It's like depressing. But anyway, we come to the point where we have very short days. And so for him, it's important during that time that he get outside. So if he's working or if he's at school, he has to get out during the day and be in the sunlight. It's very good for him. Then he has to understand that the angel just said that there's other kinds of angels besides angels. So he has to allow people to help him. There's lots of angels all around him that are always willing to come and help him, sort of like finance angels that are there to help him make career decisions. He has to call upon his angels. And last, it's really important, one step at a time, because sometimes those people who like to withdraw outside, they don't want to deal with our helter-skelter world. So he needs to understand that he can make it in the world, but he just has to take a breath and do one step at a time. Okay.
Okay, well, commercial time.
Okay.
What's going on next week, Amy? Something cool.
Okay. Well, we're doing 3 different classes, and I'm so sorry that I didn't list all the classes, but we'll put them up.
No. I'll go get the classes.
Okay, he's going to go get the classes. But here's the 3 classes. We're doing how to pray. So I think that's later on in August. And somebody said, like, what do you mean how to pray? We just have prayers. But prayer is the sound that sings in your heart, that bubbles up through your consciousness, that changes your aura, that changes your world, that changes everything around you. And each and every human being has prayer as part of their energy center. We often talk about chakras and meridians because we wanted to understand human beings the same way that...
Are you talking about candle magic?
No, I'm talking about prayer. Because we wanted to understand human beings like doctors, right? And where does prayer fit in? Well, prayer is like your circulatory system. If you're not able to express your joy and your wonder, okay, then you're going to get sick. So the best possible way to do that is to let these ideas and thoughts bubble up, and they represent a wonderful union with the divine, not asking for favors, but that union so that you are divine and everything is going to be okay. When I was in the hospital and I was very injured, and they actually, because I was older, they didn't think I was going to make it. So but I was just quiet. I had the prayer humming through me, and I absolutely knew I might as well get on with things because I was going to make it, and that was part of it. And that's what prayer saves you. prayer enlightens you. Prayer gives you breath and it helps you. So we're going to talk about prayer and how to do it, because there are steps to do it. And then, okay, now I have the whole piece of paper. And then, and we're going to go with the online classes too. So we're going to start up the online classes on Friday, August 4th. I'll be doing the online classes earlier in the day. So just so that you know, those of you who are not here, you can go to the Intuitive Angel Psychic Development Classes page, and you can, it's a group actually, and just request to join the group, because I'll approve you, but it's not just open to anybody, because I wanted to keep it together. So we're going to be doing candle magic. Candle magic is going to be here from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. and then here in the online it'll be from 4 p.m. to 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, because I can concentrate way better when it's just me and the camera, so I can get more done. So always candles have been a way for human beings to concentrate, to focus their energy. In absolutely all cultures, they've used candles. Sometimes they fall into disrepute with some people because they think that they might bring in not so good spirits, but the truth of the matter is that any of you who've gone to church, they light the candles. One of my earliest experiences being different was my mother took me to our local church, and I was so impressed. It had one of the big dome ceilings, just like where I live now, and there were all these candles, and what I didn't know is you made a donation and then you lit a candle, and the candle was like a prayer that went up into heaven. So I lit all the candles in the whole church. Why not? I was precocious. And my mother said that she had to pay the church a whole mortgage payment. That's how much they charged her for lighting all these candles, because you made a donation for each candle, and you had to put it in.
They made her pay for all those candles.
Yeah, she never let me forget. I was like 50. She was still yelling at me about it. So I love candles. I just did a house blessing candle, and I'm going to teach you how to rub the candles with a special kind of oil that helps with the intention. There's herbs and things that you can put on candles. My good friend Ari, she makes beautiful candles. And we carry a line now of candles that are intention candles, so there's certain days you light them for different intentions. So it's not simple, but it's beautiful, and after the class you'll just know how to do it, and you get all the things. You'll be able to get a candle. On the online class, I'll go ahead of time and you can just have a candle for yourself and use your candle. Except for the color, there's nothing special about the candles when you first start. Okay, so that's Candle Magic, and that's next week, August 4th. Friday, August 11th, we're doing the How to Pray. August 18th, we're doing psychography. Psychography is where you take a pen in your hand and you allow yourself to write, okay? Now, here's the thing. Everybody thinks, they see that kid on TV and he makes all these scribbles and his hand writes by itself. It's not that that's not interesting. It's that the spirits down in Brazil, where psychography is considered to be the highest level of mediumship, to have that union with the spirit, so the spirit can take your hand and write with your hand. I was privileged to meet Chico Xavier, and he would write a book with one hand while writing a book with the other hand while having a conversation. He was absolutely amazing. Or he could write a chapter with one hand and then another chapter with the other hand, or a chapter with one hand and somebody in another part of Brazil would write the next chapter. So it really, he was one of the people who first scientifically proved the existence of spirit on the other side, and how much they want to talk to us and have us work together. So it was beautiful. Psychography is wonderful, and you too can do it. At first it starts with having a flow of thought that's not necessarily yours. So you just start doing it. Don't worry about your handwriting itself. It comes with a lot of practice, and it is not a bunch of scribbles on a piece of paper. It's just words and thoughts that come. And as a matter of fact, in Brazil they tell me that it would be, psychographers often take courses in writing so that their brain has the right way to put together the words as they're coming from spirit. So I love that. So you are not just a puppet of the spirit. You are co-creators. So you're going to learn how to do that. And then on Sunday, the Sunday, which is unusual, August 27th, we're doing a special class because we're going to teach people how to incorporate a spirit, which means you allow the spirit to come in like maybe 18 inches close to you, and you link up your neural networks so that you can speak for the spirit, and then you're also going to learn to counsel, so that it's not possession at all. You're just being the voice, or using your voice box to allow the spirit to express itself. So, and then counseling, which I think is even more important. When the spirit is here so that we can help it move to the light. So we're going to teach you how to both incorporate and to be a counselor. So it takes a little more time. So that's Sunday, August 27th from 1 to 3:30 p.m. And we're actually going to sit down across from each other, and everybody's going to get an opportunity to do it. And if you think you can't do it, you can do it, I promise. So there you have it. Okay.
All righty, and well, that's cool. And very briefly,
okay,
because we need to actually, I'll tell you what, let's do a couple more readings, and we're going to
Okay.
talk about next week's show,
Oh, good.
which I was kind of leaning towards. All right, how about another reading? Let's do Jennifer's kids,
Okay.
or Jennifer's kid.
Kid. Okay.
Anthony,
Okay.
one of a couple of kids, but Anthony, she was very patient and put them on one at a time. June 17th, 2003, McKinney, Texas.
Okay. So he needs to be able to trust his feelings. Sometimes you get in with a group of people that are not the best for you, and he knows who he wants to be with. He knows how he feels about things. He knows that he might want to help somebody or step in, but he is second guessing himself right now, which is just real typical for a teenager. So he needs to be able to be encouraged to trust his feelings and to say, you know what, I think you're really special. Trust your feelings and just let me know how I can be of assistance to you. Then he needs to know how special he is to his family and to everybody around him. So little stories about special and fun things that he's done. This is the time to tell those stories, get together. You can even make sometimes myself and my grandkids, I tell the story about when they were first born and how they were so special and the different cute things they did, and they get such a big kick out of it. So it's a way to bring forth their gentle spirit. And then last, for him, family is everything. So he's very attached to family. So if there's divisions in the family nowadays, so many people are divorced, aunts and uncles or things, there's like a never-ending change. It doesn't make a difference because family is family, and family will always be family. And he doesn't have to, you have to tell him, don't worry about it because the family will always be there for you. Okay. And then the next one. Dave.
Oh, the next one. I thought when you said the next one, I was looking at something else. I thought you were referring to a card. So sorry, I'm so busy in the background doing
He is.
busy things.
He's busy worrying about the cats. We got one of those cat tunnels, and they're like attacking the cat
It sounds
tunnel.
like they're
It sounds like
tearing
they're
the
up to no
kitchen.
good, but the cat tunnel is crinkly.
Yeah.
Cat tunnels are wonderful. Oh my God, they can like play for hours.
Yeah, or a cardboard box.
That works too.
All right, Ute. I'm assuming this is a grandchild. Madison from
Okay.
Lockport, Illinois, born in March. That's all the info.
Little Madison. Okay. She's a gentle soul. We don't have enough of those nowadays because our world, so many warriors are being born right now, and I know that's because we're going to go through a lot of changes, but Madison is a gentle soul. It's very important for her to not be, to not have worries put on her head. It's a good thing for her parents not to talk about worrying about things like finances and things in front of her because she'll take on that worry. She likes to worry. So you have to keep it away from her so that she's not going to do it anymore. And then next is, as she gets older, because she's such a gentle soul, you always have to encourage conversation with her. And since Ute, I'm sure you're the grandma, you can always say, you can always tell grandma anything. That's really important, grandma, nana, whatever you're called, because she'll have different incidences happen in her life where people are not kind, and she won't know how to quite cope with it because she's so gentle. So you'll help her through that, and she's going to grow up to be a wonderful soul. Okay, take care.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, real quick commercial about next week on the show.
Okay, because we've been crazy in adopting all these animals, I came across this deck of cards that's called Dog Wisdom.
Look at the picture real quick, Amy. It's a white Callie. Look.
It's a white cat. Yeah, she looks just like Callie,
Except she's white.
So the one of the things about this deck is it's the most on point deck, because your animals, be they alive right now or be they on the other side, are always there trying to help you. You know, it may be like right now Callie barks at strangers and jumps up and down, but as time goes on, your animals become your biggest they become your biggest advocates. They're there to help you. So again, if I know so many beautiful animals that are on the other side, so many little sweeties that help people so much. So the getting messages from them is really important. So if you know anybody with a dog who you think you could benefit from the message, or there's people you know with animals on the other side, help them to tune into the show next week, because it's going to be really exciting, and we really expect a bumper crop. So see if you can't get in. Right after the show, I'll post where you sign up, and you can also sign up right now underneath. We look at that, but I'll post the big thing where you can sign up, and you'll be able to be one of the first then.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that wonderful information on next week's show. I thought something else was happening, but that's okay.
Okay.
All righty, Judy's next. Judy with her offspring, Frank, March 17th, 1994, Poplar Grove, Illinois.
Okay. Give me the date again.
The date is March 17th, 1994.
March 17th, 1994. Okay. So your son doesn't necessarily like to show his work. He tends to leap to conclusions, or see a video and then think that means he can do it. So it's very important that he takes steps. Okay, that's I can't tell you how important it is, because he's actually incredibly talented. It's just like some people can pick up a guitar and they can play and make a song, but they'll never be great at it because they never take the steps to really learn how to use it. So it's important that you encourage him to take steps. That says he gets messages, so he has intuitions. And I can say that in my schooling, which was so long ago I've almost forgot, I always knew the answers to all the questions. Like I could always pass whatever test, but I seldom took home a book or did any of the homework, which did not serve me well as I got older, because oftentimes you have to fall back on how you got there. So he does get messages. It's important, though, that when he gets the message, he builds a structure to contain the message, okay? And then lastly, he doesn't share how he feels. So when you tell God and the angels how you feel, it's okay. That's one thing we human beings have, is we have the right to feel however we want to feel. So I hate when people say, by rights, you shouldn't feel that way. Well, you feel how you feel. So he needs to be able to express his feelings, and then all will be well. He actually has he's very talented. I see like wood and building materials, so he might be a very good artisan or some kind of working in construction or coming up with new ideas. So he's really got a talent. Okay, take care.
All right, thanks a lot, Judy and Frank. Next up, we have Alex.
Okay.
A couple of offspring here from Alex. Oliver Sean is first, April 11th, 2013,
Okay.
from Oswego, Illinois.
Okay. He needs to have his mommy be his true friend, and he needs to express his feelings. So he needs you to sit down. I remember when my little granddaughter, who's now 4, she was 3 at the time, and she said, Nana, can I share something with you? And I sat down, and she told me how she was worried that she had killed their cat, because the mommy had said, don't do that, you'll hurt the cat, like throw him off the couch or whatever. And then the next day the cat died. So, and she didn't share it with her mother. She didn't say anything, but she wanted to sit down and have a conversation. Oftentimes those conversations lead to nothing. I mean, she'll sit down and say, I like Fruit Loops, Oh, okay, how interesting. But every 20th conversation or so, it'll be something really important. So have that conversation. Next, this child needs to know what makes it happy. So what is it that makes you, your feet do the happy dance? And so then that has to be a part of their lives. And then lastly, as they get a little bit older, to teach them about miracles. So the best miracle you can give anybody is watching a sunrise or a sunset, and then talking about how amazing the world can be. So you've got a very wonderful and sweet child there. Okay.
All right. There's Oliver, a wonderful, sweet child. Next up, we have Daxton James.
Okay.
April 6th, 2016, also in Oswego.
Okay. Daxton is a sensitive. He knows how you feel. So there's a lot of research being done about mothers' feelings being transferred to children. I think actually sometimes, but not always, but with Daxton, his gift is really sensitivity. And he needs to know that his sensitivity is a gift, not a curse. And then he needs to know that there's angels always with him, always there taking care of him. And when you talk about that, sometimes children see angel, it's angels and invisible people and things that hide in the closet are all the same in a kid's head. So you want to phrase it that there's always a smiling, loving person with you, rather than just say the angels are with you, because they won't know what you're talking about. But he is really protected. And the last one is he needs to be on a diet that includes food that comes from closer to the source. So more like if you were going to give him pureed peas, it's better to go and get a blender and take some fresh peas and puree them, because he's one of those people that really reacts to food. Okay, take care.
And there you go. Thank you very much, Alex. We appreciate it. The menagerie is going nuts over here behind the scenes. All right, Elvira's next with some people. Do you know Elvira? You know where she's from? So I'm sure these children are from the same place. Alexander Wan.
Okay.
Now, very interesting birthday. All right, May 5th, 2005. 555. Isn't that cool?
So what's his name again?
Alexander.
Okay. It's important that Alexander not be intimidated through fear. He needs to have the opposite. There is nothing to fear, because otherwise he'll go into kind of a shell. So you always have to be telling him there's nothing to fear, everything is fine. You can stand up to anything, there's no reason to be fearful. Is there anything bad happening right this second? And the answer is no. Then just put fear under the table, because you don't need it for anything. Next, he needs pets. So this is bad because sometimes you're not ready to have 2 cats and a dog, but he's one of them that really would interact very well with animals. I know at Aurora Animal Control, where I just got Khaleesi, always is looking for volunteers to come play with the dogs and the cats and to kind of help socialize the animals, and so you can find someplace where he can be useful if you don't have your own pets. And then the next, sharing. He may be a little tenuous about sharing right now, but that sharing can be fun, and that it's okay to reach out and share with people. They won't take your stuff and never give it back. It's when this card comes up, I always think that there's brothers and sisters that maybe do take things and never give it back, but they all have to learn to share. Okay, take care.
All right, and we got another one from Elvira.
Okay.
I'm going to say this the best I can. Karyma, Karyma, Guadalupe.
Okay.
It's
Okay, Dave is trying.
Okay, December 14th, 2006.
Okay, well, she is your psychic one. She actually has the ability to feel energy. She might not know exactly what that means. She might say that's a bad person or that's a good person, or mommy, don't go there, because she'll sense that your workplace is not the best. You have to be able to tell her that it's good to know energy, but it's not necessarily, doesn't mean that you stop your life because energy isn't the best. Navigating energy is what it's all about. So she's old enough to understand that. So thanks for the heads up, that you think that this place isn't a good place. I'll be very careful. I'm going to be fine. And then she'll be good about it. But knowing this is really good. It's like her talent would be good, like working for lawyers on jury selection. Who do you enjoy being with? So she has to, at this time, kind of look outside the family for people that she might enjoy. And then with her friends, it's hard when you're a working mom and everything is so busy, but finding a friend that she really likes and then encouraging her, that's important. And then lastly, she has some very special dreams. So encourage her to share her dreams, but also encourage her not to give those dreams so much weight that they frighten her. So she dreams of somebody being dead. That can also mean that somebody is going to be changing their life in some way. Things are going to be happening. So you have to tell her that there's always alternate ways to interpret dreams. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go. Okay. Last but not least, we have Vanessa.
Oh, good. I was hoping that you'd be able to get her. Okay.
Yeah, Vanessa. Isabella is her offspring, October 27th, 2016, in Chicago.
Okay, well, I'm very familiar with Izzy. Izzy is one that calls the angels to her. So, Vanessa, you're the kind of mother who will actually snap a bunch of pictures around Izzy even when she's sleeping. See if you can't get those orbs. It would be very interesting, because I'm sure the angel lights are all around her all the time. And she probably even looks and follows them. And for you, because your retinas don't give the information to your brain quick enough. When you snap the photo with the iPhone or whatever device you use, it captures it much quicker, so you can catch those orbs, although you might actually sense them when you go into her room. She is one that has that poetic ability to tap into the prayers that are inside of her. So early on, everybody does mama, dada, that kind of stuff, so she's a little young yet, but saying prayers or special thoughts that come into her mind is something that should be encouraged. And then it's okay for her, a friend can be a stuffed animal, a friend can be a brother or sister, a friend can be so many different things. And so even at this early age, it's very good for her to explore making friends. What does that mean? How does she do it? And she's going to be just fine. Okay.
All righty, Amy. A record has been broken again.
Oh my gosh.
The past couple of weeks, you've been getting 50-plus readings. And since we split it up this week, or this time, it's the shortest show in the history of the Intuitive Angel Internet Radio Forum.
Well, and this means that you don't
minutes.
have to wait forever to be able to see your reading. We've been trying to cut down the time a little bit more. 2 hours is our max. Okay, that's the max we can go. We've been trying to get down to about an hour and a half, because it can be hard to watch for so long. So I'm very happy this worked. I do think that next week's show with the doggy information, messages from your dog, wisdom from your dog, is going to be a longer one. But this is kind of what we were aiming for, more personal and more intimate. I also want to announce that I'll be talking about our oh my gosh, it just blanked out, our other show that we're going to be doing on videos, and I can't think of it, the big one. It's all up there right now, and all we have to do is announce. That's it, YouTube. God, senior moment. YouTube. And so you can look at all our shows, and then starting next week, I'm going to be doing a daily YouTube for about 10-15 minutes. Because that's what my advisor has suggested. So that's what we're going to be doing, so you can get your little Amy fix every day. All right.
I get my Amy fix all the time.
Don't tell.
Anyway, but everybody, thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See you next week. Bye-bye.